What's up guys, this is R13 and welcome to the Sunday Gunpla review. Boy, it's been a while since I said that and glad to be back making contents again. So today we will be reviewing the high grade 1/100 scale Gun Blastor or Gun Blaster from the V Gundam series. This unit is the Space Assault type and is actually an upgraded version of the Gun Easy. So this unit's designation is actually LM111E03. This unit is actually from the Ligue Militaire unit actually. So specifically history of this unit, it's actually quite interesting. If you guys aren't actually familiar with the V Gundam, here is a short explanation. So this unit is actually in the Universal Century timeline. Specifically, the year is actually UC 150. Yes, so it's actually 50 years after the Unicorn series. That actually makes it interesting. So practically it's a very scaled down version and weaker version of the Earth Federation forces, and the new enemy is the Zanskir Empire. So my suggestion is check out V Gundam. It actually got a different type of storyline, much smaller unit, and how do I put this, the protagonist is actually a kid, like most of the Gundam games out there. Okay, so that's it actually for the short history of what the Gun Blaster is. Now let's talk about the kit itself. Now for the Gun Blaster here, or the Gun Blaster, I'm gonna go with the Gun Blaster because that's what it actually says in the manual here and the box art. This unit actually have very basic weaponry. So we're gonna start off with the Vulcan guns located at the forehead here, and then the next one are the beam rifle, which is currently equipped right now, and the next one is beam shield, currently equipped here. And on the list here, and I'm just actually reading out loud the information here, this unit is actually supposed to have a beam bazooka, but it actually doesn't have one. So the other series actually, or the other unit from the V Gundam line actually have it, and I actually find this unit interesting because all you have to do, well, I'll explain later on, but for now this unit is the upgraded version space type. There are actually other things as well. Okay, you know what, might as well mention it now. I'll just show you guys the manual here. As you guys can see here, there's the beam bazookas, and you can actually add more weaponries, and there's actually a special feature that the Gun Blaster have that is actually quite nice. And on top of that, this unit actually comes with extra items. Now the beam sabers are actually, there's actually a pair here, and this is it. It's actually molded into one piece, so you will actually have to paint the handle. And there's actually bubbles inside, so there are imperfections. Okay, now for the other extra items here, this one here is an eyepiece, but then you actually don't need this. So it's for another unit as well that I actually don't know of, since this is a classic unit. Not much information. Now for the last one here is this pieces here. This is actually the thrusters for the backpack, which actually I might as well show you guys now what this is. So this is the space type, and we will convert this into the basic type Gun Easy. So practically the upgraded version is only the backpack here, and it's actually easy to remove. And all you have to do is just place the thrusters in the back, and there you go. You got your basic Gun Easy type, and you can actually remove the rifle. And there you have it. Now let's remove this piece here, and it's actually very easy. And let's put the pack again, and it's actually It's really not that hard. There you go, you get two versions. So if you manage to get a hold of another one of this unit, perfect, right? Okay, so let's talk about the details here, shall we? As you guys can see, it's actually a very basic detail. And if you guys are wondering about what the frames looks like, I'm gonna leave the link for the unboxing below so you guys can check it out. And there's a link there at the beginning of this video here. It's actually a very basic design here and opportunity to do some scribing. I actually don't mind it. I just don't like the color. It's so light green. Now the other thing that you guys will notice is there's a lot of seam lines and knobs. The arms, the legs, the arms, shoulders, it's everywhere. So this unit is actually a it's a perfect unit to actually practice your seam line removal, knob removal. And this is a 1993 kit, so there are a lot of imperfections. And we shall be glad that we actually had the classic kits here. Otherwise, Bandai will not perfect their technology and we will be stuck in something a lot worse. Okay, now since this is a classic kit, there are issues in this unit here. As you guys can see, loose parts there. You actually have to push it in. And where do I begin with this? Well, I've already showed you guys the seam lines and the nubs, and but then the general design itself is actually quite interesting. So I'll actually show you guys what you guys will be getting. So this is a 1,000 yen price tag. Price varies depending on location. So we're gonna start dismantling this unit here, one piece at a time. And at the same time, I will show you guys the articulation here. So this is the backpack here. There's the seam lines there, very basic design. And you can actually do some rotation. And it's a ball joint. So there's some articulation for the backpack here, but limited. And this will actually require a lot of work. Now for the unit itself, now you get the headpiece here. As you guys can see, that's how far it can go. Yeah. And then the reason being is there's a poly cap there. It's not a ball joint like your latest technology. And then for the arms here, there is articulation, but this is what you guys will be getting. And the shoulder piece is actually loose, and that's not supposed to go that way. And there's the seam lines, the nubs. Okay, and for the hands here, you get the articulated hands somewhat. It's actually quite nice, solid. Okay, and now for the torso itself. Okay, this piece here, you can kind of remove it if you want to, or make it look like it's popping out, but there's actually nothing there, just a small piece. That's where this beam saber is supposed to come out. And there's limited articulation. It can definitely do a 360, and this is what it looks like from the inside. Now for the waist itself, it's actually very different. So as you guys can see on in the waist here, there's no poly caps except for the ones for the connector for the torso. And this is what you guys are getting here. Okay, so there are some articulation but limited and loose. There's some looseness also. And now for the legs itself, the legs is actually a ball joint, as you guys can see. And then for the legs, you get limited articulation there, very limited. Okay, so it can't even bend all the way, so you get limited poses as well. So but then it can definitely do a high kick, back kick, and a split, no can do. So that's what actually the unit looks like. Its condition, its articulation. I'm trying to make this as short as possible. So you know what, let's put this back together again, and I'll show you some of the other features that this unit have. Okay, so I've managed to put most of them back. I decided to leave the space pack out of the way. So the special feature that this unit have is in the forearms here. There's a slot there that you can actually put in weapons, as you guys can see on the manual here, which I will show it to you guys again. So you get slots in the forearm and the legs to attach new items and weaponries, and this is what the unit is supposed to look like as well. Okay, so practically basic seam line removal and trimming will make this unit look good, but it will require to do some what do you call that, painting as well. Okay, so the other feature that this unit actually have, aside from the forearm here, is actually the side skirt here. You can actually remove this piece if you wanted to. Now, see if I can actually do this without using any tool. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's a lot harder than I anticipated. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. And there's a slot here. There's a piece here for your beam rifle that you can actually attach to make it look easy. And one of the few ways that you can actually attach the beam rifle. And there's actually another way, and this one's actually quite solid. Now for the legs here, all you have to do is remove this piece. There's a poly cap inside, and you can actually attach the beam rifle there. There you go. You actually get a couple of places that you can actually install the beam rifle. And now for the beam shield here, the beam shield, as you guys can see, this is actually solid. If you guys will should have seen my other reviews already for the Vigna Zera and other classic kits, and so it's solid clear parts here. And this one here you can actually remove, but this one is kinda tight. Oops, was tight. And put this two together here and install it at the forearm. There you have it. Now let's put this in place properly. Overall, you know what, this unit is actually not that bad. Opportunities to actually if they actually did a lot of preprints for the Gun Blaster here, it's actually a perfect kit to do some practice runs. This is a really good experimental unit here. I really like it. And here's the best part, actually. One of the reasons why I'm actually reviewing the Gun Blaster here is, well, number one, I actually got this through Comics Hobby, my local hobby shop. So special thanks to them for having this in stock, and really thankful. And the other reason why is Bandai actually decided to release the RE100 Gun Blaster, Gun Easy, the basic form of the Gun Blaster here. And I am actually looking forward to do a side-by-side comparison of the Gun Blaster 1993 kit versus the RE100, practically the revived version of the Gun Easy here. And this unit here, you can actually convert it into a Gun Easy. Okay, so that's all the time that I got, guys. This is actually a very short review, straight to the point. If you guys got any comments, tips, or advice, don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section below. Really appreciate it. And as soon as the Gun Easy gets released, I will pick one up immediately to do a side-by-side comparison. Also, I'm still busy doing my project, a comparison between the Dragon Momoko Avalanche Exia versus the Bandai Avalanche Exia. So look forward to it. It's a long-term project, and life is getting in the way of that. Okay, this is R13. Thank you guys for watching. Click that like button, and if you're not subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. R13 signing out.